Hello everybody, hello Liverpool, hello. My name's Steve Day and I'm Britain's only deaf comedian. If there are any others, I haven't heard. That's my only joke, by the way. I'm only on a sort of special needs exchange programme. But if you don't laugh, you are breaking the Disability Discrimination Act. Bear that in mind. The other thing is, I've had a terrible day already, so don't give me a hard time. Because this morning I got into a fight with a bloke in a bank. But it turns out what he was actually saying was, your account. And I'm tired. I got tired today watching the telly. I have to watch it with the subtitles on. They're brilliant, by the way. Put them on. Subtitles for the hard of hearing. You don't have to be deaf to enjoy them. What happens is, because when they go wrong, they give you the best moments on the whole of TV. My favourite was when they interviewed Anne Widdecombe. And what I'm led to believe Anne Widdecombe actually said was, let me give you an analogy. What came up on my subtitles was, let me give you anal joy. I watched the whole of the programme waiting for the address to come up to write in for that. But it's lovely to be here, lovely to be in Liverpool. There's cameras, mate. It's a bit like having my work capability assessment done here. They prove I'm fit for work now, won't they? Fuck it. I've been deafing it up for the last 20 years, so fuck it. No, the main reason it's nice to be is I've got 5 kids and being anywhere where they're not, it's fucking good. I've got, 2 of my kids are stepkids, but the fact that they're stepkids makes no difference to how I feel about them. They are just as fucking annoying as the other 3. Because there's always something. There is always something. My youngest, Daniel, he's 12, he's been diagnosed with ADHD. But I made him watch our old telly, and now he's only got AD. I've got 2 14-year-olds, they're twins, non-identical twins medically, 2 separate sperm, fertilised, 2 separate eggs, like a sort of trick shot at snooker. I kissed the pink and went off the brown. I'm supposed to, I've said that aloud, haven't I? I'm not allowed to. My wife said, don't go to Liverpool, do that thing with the snooker. I hate that joke, but I did what I normally do and pretended I couldn't hear her. So, 12, I've got a 16-year-old son and a 19-year-old daughter. She's at university in Manchester. She's doing a 3-year course in Send More Money. But my boy's done really bad. My boy's doing his exams. He's doing terribly because he spent all his time on gangster rap rather than study. I mean, you all know rap, won't you? I know it. I mean, I shouldn't really. I can't hear it. But I can't have a conversation with my son without him going... So I don't know if you know this, but that's actually British Sign Language for I've failed all my GCSEs. I got no qualifications. This is a retake. But he changed his mind though, I think, because he told me the other day, he came up to me and said, Dad, I'm going to work hard, I want to go to university. And I was delighted. Delighted was using words, to be honest. He ain't done that for a number of years. Not been easy lip reading a series of grunts, I can tell you that. But the main reason I'm pleased, sincerely, is because I don't want him to be like me. When I was his age, I didn't want to know nothing. I was angry and I was bitter when I was a teenager because I went deaf. I'm not quite profoundly. I'm what they call severe profound, about 80%. Though sometimes I say I'm 85% just to add a bit of glamour. But people don't believe me because I can speak, you see. Now in life that's been a blessing, but in comedy, well, it can put doubt into people's minds. So someone come up to me at a show and said, you're not deaf, I've seen you wearing a suit. But luckily, this is one of those times I could think of a clever answer spontaneously. I quoted Oscar Wilde. I said, fuck off. But I don't care now. I really don't care. At one point, I thought this would ruin my life. Now, I'm more pissed off about being bald than being deaf. I'm fucking out. Because you can't make a career out of being bald, can you? But I have made one out of being deaf. I have deafed it up to the... I work with a load of other disabled acts. What we call it is, we call it spazzing it up, right? Spazz it up to the maximum. Find you in the spaz and fucking work it. Don't be embarrassed about it. Fucking throw it back at people. So much so, there's now a disabled comedy circuit. But they don't book on how funny you are. They book on how disabled you are, right? So what I do is I say a few words a bit wrongly and I dribble a bit. It's an extra £200 a night. One fella said, how deaf are you? I said, well, mate, how big's your budget? All this came back because of the Paralympics. Best thing that ever happened in my lifetime, Paralympics, London 2012, wasn't it? I took part in the Paralympic torch relay, which was the same as the Olympic torch, same route and everything. I hosted the event on the final day where they received the Paralympic flame into the city of London. It was a big deal. Because we had a meeting, they said we hope there'll be 500 people there. In the event, 8,000 people. 8,000 people turned up. Biggest gig I've ever done, on the banks of the Thames. But there were two problems. Problem number one, the torch was delayed for reasons I'd suggested might happen. I was told I couldn't say because I wasn't being positive. The torch was delayed because it was carried there by disabled people. Not positive, that's just being, it will take someone with mobility issues a bit longer to get a torch from A to B than someone who runs the 800 metres in the Diamond League. But that problem was dwarfed, which I know is the wrong word in this context. Problem number two, my co-host for this event was none other than Boris Johnson. I can tell you this, Liverpool, about Boris Johnson. Now, you won't know this, but he's a fuckwit. And here's what I said. The organiser said to me on the day, he said, Steve, can you get the crowd to count the torch in from 10 to 1? Get them, because we're going out on the news tonight, right, because so many people here. We'll get a countdown. We'll just stand out. We're going to be on national TV. Get that crowd counting the torch in 10 to 1. OK, I'll try. Practice it, the crowd. They were brilliant. Every single one of them. But the torch, there's no torch. They're getting impatient. There's no torch. An hour and a half late, it turned up on the horizon. Now the sun has set much more than we expected. But that turns out to be a good thing. The torch is burning brighter. We can see it from further away. It's being carried by a guy with cerebral palsy, for whom it's obviously not easy. It's on the edge of his capability. But inspired by the crowd, he's bringing us that torch. The fact that it's not coming in a straight line is neither here nor there. In fact, it makes it even better, because this is the Paralympic spirit. He's 100 metres away, framed on the banks of the Thames by 8,000 people as the golden sun sets. That beautiful moment was ruined by Boris Johnson, who should have, by this point, shut the fuck up, right? But he cannot shut the fuck up. He's Boris Johnson, and other people are getting the attention. He grabbed the microphone from me, bearing in mind the torch is 100 metres away. Do you know what he said into the microphone to 8,000 people? He said, 10. The torch is 100 metres away. The world record for an able-bodied athlete Usain Bolt is 9.58 seconds. You've just given a guy with cerebral palsy half a second more. And that was the worst 8.5 minutes of my entire life. My time's up. It's been absolutely lovely. Thanks for having me. I'll be speaking.